I'm going to show you a fun demonstration that you can do in your science class using some simple household items. Cut.
99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. Panic bells, it's red alert. Something here to somewhere else. The war machine springs to life, opens up one eager eye, focusing it on the sky. When 99 red balloons go by.
First, you're going to want to put the funnel into the balloon. Next, you're going to take the baking soda and pour a little bit into the funnel. Not too much, just enough that you can feel some at the bottom. Next, you're going to take some vinegar and pour it into the bottle about 1/4 of the way full. Next, you'll take the balloon and put it around the mouth of the bottle. Just like so. And finally, you'll lift the balloon, dumping the contents into the bottle. You should have a balloon filling up with carbon dioxide. Cut. One benefit of this experiment is that it has a lot of opportunities to stop and ask questions for the students to gauge their understanding. So a first question could be, what is the balloon filling up with? Is it filling up with a solid, liquid, or a gas? For older students, you may want to go more in depth by asking what kind of gas is filling up the balloon. How would this experiment change if we were to add more baking soda or more vinegar into the experiment? There are lots of types of vinegar. Would the type of vinegar have an effect? What experiment could be done to test this prediction? And finally, what kind of reaction is occurring between the baking soda and vinegar? Is it a physical change, a chemical change? What is changing? Some notes to consider when performing this experiment. First, this experiment is best suited for upper-level elementary school or middle school students. Next, this experiment is best done in a unit over physical and chemical changes, states of matter, or any other unit involving chemical reactions. For safety, you may consider having your students wear lab goggles, more so for the practice of wearing those lab goggles in the lab setting than any actual harm that may come to them during the experiment. There are several articles over the science that can be found, and I will look into one of them in just a moment. And finally, this experiment can be adapted for groups or for the whole class. For the whole class, you would just have the teacher do the demonstration, students would watch and record their observations. To do it in groups, you would have them break out into lab groups, and each would get a balloon and bottle to test the demonstration. However, the setup should be done in advance to avoid any messes that the students may make. This article is a great resource for the students because it's very age appropriate and explains the science behind the experiment. It starts with some questions to pique student interest, has a nice little narrative format, and then goes into the reaction in a very kid-friendly manner. It also has other experiments for students to do to further test this reaction out. And it has its sources cited to the side right here, so you can even click on these and go to other sources as well. This makes it very easy for students to continue their research, as well as even maybe do a research project involving these sources at the end of the unit.